I'm Amandine Beyer, I'm a violinist, and currently I am the ambassador for the 2023 Early Music Day. Early music is something helping me to see the world in a very full way. I have the impression in the early music, the things are much more human. It was born like that. I mean, the new wave of early music in the 60s and 70s, in the last century in Europe, it was really something like really peace and love. People with new insights, new questions. This spirit, like a little revolution, it's still there in the early music. It's really what makes me very happy and allow me also to know a lot of people and to discover many beauty and be like a medium. Be a medium between some old composition or some compositions that's only on the paper and bring it to life and bring it to the now. I am teaching a lot, and I think it's perhaps where I am more at ease and more confident. And at the beginning, I was taking it very seriously, and I still take it very seriously. But I was, the last years, changing my way to see this. Before, I was really seeing this like passing the information. Now it's more about really sharing, but in both ways. When I play, I think one of the most important influence are the other. And when you teach, you can learn a lot about performing. It's both very near, because actually sometimes we do music and it's not only to perform, it's for us, it's to perform, but it's also to develop as a person. And of course, sometimes you just want to share it on a stage. Early music for me it's one part of the music. It's a super rich part, but it's also something that helps us to keep our mind very open and to be also into the world of today. So I think it's super nice to be also aware what the people are doing nowadays. Now I like the way that when we perform, the people, there is a lot of concerts where the people are very near. Sometimes they come before, or then they come after, or they even make something during the performance. There is a lot of mixing of arts. So I think it's a very nice time for the performance practice. I was playing for a long time the fiddle in a medieval group. I was really so surprised by how one instrument can influence the other one. So how my practice of violin can, of course, influence the viol, but how the fiddle is really then invading my practice of Baroque violin and giving like new thoughts and new insights. And of course, if you can just open your mind to another instrument, another practice. It can be the dance, it can be the circus, it can be acrobatic. We speak a lot about taking risks, but sometimes for the brain it's the same. Sometimes the fear to make a mistake, sometimes it can be so strong that it can make you paralyzed. But practicing something else, of course, helps you to have more resources and be more open. I say that I like to accompany people, I like to accompany musicians, but I also love to accompany a dance and see this moment where you play and they move. And I was in the university. I was very interested by the movement, like how to move when we play. So it was already like a dance study for me. Since then, I'm working a lot with Sonatas. It's a Belgian company, where the choreographer Anne Teresa de Keersmaeker is a choreographer, and I made a long time ago my first project with them, and she was dancing, and Boris Sharmas, a French dancer, was also dancing, and we were three. So it was a very intimate form. This repertoire is very demanding because we are alone, and the violin is still a very little box with 4 strings, and be alone for like 1 or 1.5 hours or 2 or that. It's very demanding. It can be also very dry. It can be very conceptual. It's very difficult. You don't need the dance to understand it. I mean, I don't need the dance to completely appreciate this work. But it was such a nice input from outside, and then creating something else. And then suddenly I was not alone anymore. I had 2 people on stage with me. And then I became really addicted to this. For me, meeting a composer from the past is also meeting a violinist from the past, and having this, sometimes we can feel it in the scores. There is so many people I would have loved to know. I am in love with Gimignani. I would have loved to meet him. I would have loved to meet Moufat, see which language he was speaking, what was in his head, and of course I would have loved to meet Corelli and Bieber and all these violinists. Of course, I'm a violinist, so you can see it. As a recommendation for the 21st of March, the day of the Only Music, I really recommend to go to the concert. This day, it's like a party. So let's choose something they did really like for a big audience and a big public. So fireworks, Handel fireworks, for example. Come and enjoy this big party day with us.